Let's go.
This is the Evergreen Pod. This is a special Saturday morning edition.
Yeah.
College football edition, and we're here. Y'all already know what time it is. I am DM. Doug, you good?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. We got the horns for the college football, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell y'all what, ain't nobody vibing like us. Ain't nobody vibing like us.
Hey, flex on them. Flex on them.
Yeah. Go subscribe, go like. Go subscribe, go like.
Go subscribe, go like.
Go subscribe, go like. If you ain't subscribing, then you ain't vibing. If you ain't subscribing, then you ain't vibing. You better go like.
Hey.
You better go like.
Hey.
You better go like.
Catch that verse.
We better go like. Call me Mike, cause I'm middle linebacker with the blitz.
Hey.
Coming through this thing and I eat you like a Ritz.
Yo.
Bars.
Hey, Hey, go subscribe. Go like.
Saturday
go
morning.
Share. Hey, Doug, you a beast for that one, bro.
Saturday
You a beast for that one,
morning.
bro. Like, subscribe. Saturday morning, we're here. Dante, you up and awake right now?
Let's get
Will,
it.
you good? Will, you
Man,
good?
I'm 2 Frosted Flakes in. Let's go, man. I'm 2 Frosted Flakes in. Let's go, man. It's going to be a great Saturday, man.
Today, they got so many good games, man. And I'm just excited for this day, bro. I'm preparing. I just want to watch these good games.
Yeah.
So what we got coming up today, man? Later on today, what's going on?
I got LSU, BAMA,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Okay.
And we
LSU,
got-
Bama.
And we got Tennessee, Georgia in the SEC.
Let's see, I'm trying to see.
Oh, that's a 2:30 game.
Yes, sir.
Tennessee,
Yeah.
Georgia's the early game.
Early game.
2:30, right?
CBS.
Yes, sir.
And the Bama LSU game was a night game.
Night
Yeah.
game.
Right?
Yeah.
So Tennessee, Georgia, man.
I'm more intrigued about the Tennessee-Georgia game.
Yeah.
The reason being,
Me too.
One versus two.
I'm interested to see how Georgia defense is going to defend Tennessee's offense.
Wide open.
Is Georgia's defense really that good? They only giving up 10 points a game.
How many?
10 points.
Wow.
Woo.
So are
Lord, bring it.
they DBs really legit? I know they got a true freshman. That's a dog.
Yeah.
Georgia defense is extremely fast and athletic.
Right.
Can they sustain it for 4 quarters?
Yeah.
Can I be honest? Can I
Yeah,
be
go-
honest
go
right
for
now
it.
this
Go
morning
for it.
on
Go
this
for it.
Saturday morning?
Go ahead.
I have not watched any Georgia Bulldog football game
Why,
beginning
bro?
to
Why?
end.
because I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
They've been stumping everybody as well. Yeah.
I already knew what was happening, and I
Yeah.
knew the only team that can compete with them was going to be Tennessee going into the season. So
Wow.
I've been ready for this.
Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be a
So
good
I'm
game.
ready. I've been reading all the press clippings. I hope Georgia haven't been reading the press clippings.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only team that can stop the Tennessee offense because they do have cornerbacks.
I remember y'all was talking about this
Yeah.
at another pod we had that they were gonna have to have 3 or 4 good cornerbacks that can play man. Right? That's what y'all was saying.
Yep, that's correct.
So
Gotta
the
play
only
man.
way to be able to do that with
That's the
Tennessee.
only way.
That's it.
Georgia the only team, I think.
You can't play zone against Tennessee because,
Gonna eat you
like we talked about, the wide receiver splits are so wide. You leave so much space.
So much
in,
space.
In a zone. That's what
All
zone
they gonna
is.
do is sit
they,
down.
They find spots. They find space.
right.
And so you have to be able to man up and cover somebody 1-on-1.
How's Tennessee's defense? The defense is pretty
Their
legit. Or is it?
defense, from what they did against Kentucky last week, like yo, they was
Kentucky ain't no slouch.
no. Levis is a pretty good quarterback for Kentucky, and Stoops has been doing a solid job
Yeah.
at Kentucky for years.
Steve's been recruiting and building that program up, and they
Like,
gonna
they gon-
average 8
Right.
to 10 wins every year.
And
No matter
they gonna test you all.
Yeah.
Like they gonna
Oh,
test
yeah.
you all.
They
Like,
running that thing,
like
too.
if you not good, they probably gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you slacking that day, they probably gonna get you. Like they probably gonna get
They
you.
waiting
that
on
day.
that.
Yeah, they waiting on you.
But they are a basketball school that's turning into a football school. Think about that.
Wow.
Exactly.
Stoops has turned that program
They have.
around, man.
They
Yeah.
have, yeah.
But what I'm looking for is, like Doug said, them wide receivers at Tennessee, man. Whoever in off coverage, that's who getting the ball. Georgia, I'm telling y'all right now,
Hyatt.
whoever is in off coverage, he's throwing the ball to him. So be ready to catch the ball.
Text Kirby Smart right now.
No, I ain't
Them
texting Kirby. I want to see the game. The players is one thing, but I ain't texting Kirby.
Text Kirby right now.
Nah, man.
They head in the barn at this point.
Yeah, man.
It's too late. It's too late. No.
Oh,
ready, man.
I'm in, bro. These 2 tight ends for Georgia.
Man.
These are some like refrigerators, dog, that can run full 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
bro, like these dudes are ridiculously big. Like before the podcast, we were talking about offensive tackles, right? These look like offensive tackles, dog, that can sprint. Got a 36-inch vertical, can catch the ball, I'll fight you for the ball, and then come down, stiff arm you in the chest, and keep running.
Yeah. You're gonna see a lot of two tight ends today.
Two tight end sets.
You're gonna see a lot of two tight end sets today. And they're
Will-
gonna be more. They're gonna be better than Kentucky was with it.
Will Georgia try to slow it down?
They have to.
Yeah,
They have to. They gotta run the ball.
Ball control.
You
Ball
gotta run the
control
ball.
offense.
They said they're one of the best in the nation with time of possession.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's how much.
So it's going to be really a clash of
They've been
like
controlling the game, right.
Styles.
unstoppable force versus a movable object type deal.
Right.
Yeah.
With Georgia and Tennessee.
Now, can Tennessee defense really hold up? I know we talk about they smaller, they athletic, and they run to the ball. They have a motor, as Doug was talking about off air. But can they actually stop that run game with those double tight ends?
That's the question. That's gonna be that's the question they're gonna have to answer. Like, because Georgia's not gonna attack you out on the perimeter like they did last year, right?
Yeah.
Not to the degree that they did last year, right?
Why is that?
With the wide receiver, they don't have the same level wide receiver. Like, they don't have the wide receivers that can get the separation, like, because the main, one of their wide receivers now plays for Alabama.
And the other one playing for the Pittsburgh
and the other one
Steelers.
playing for the Steelers. So
And they passing game coordinator left and went to LSU. He the passing game coordinator at LSU, and he been calling the plays lately for LSU.
That may say
Nugget.
something. We're gonna talk about that in a second.
so they're not going to attack you the same way they've been. They attacked last year during the national championship season. They're going to look for these monster tight ends, like I just said, and they're going to run the ball. They're gonna try to body you until the fourth quarter, and when they're gonna try to break you.
So y'all know before we finish this segment, we're gonna make picks.
Oh,
all right?
absolutely.
So in the second I want to get picks.
Where's that head at?
On this game? But before I do this, is the winner of this game gonna be the national champion?
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
That is a tough question because bodies might break during this game.
Yeah.
Because you might have to sacrifice somebody for this one.
Everything together. All things normal. Your full team, your healthy team, is the winner of this game national champ.
It's
Here's
still,
the second good question while we're pondering.
Right.
Is the loser of this game still gonna make the playoffs?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
I think they got a better way to go.
Well,
They're
see-
gonna be one loss,
Yeah.
and they automatically getting in.
Before we go to the picks, the BCS rankings just came out. The college, no, the BCS. They're going back.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
college
yeah.
football
College football
playoff rankings,
playoff.
right?
Yeah.
And it's I'm looking at it right now. Is Tennessee 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Clemson 4. So that's your playoffs right there. Right now, if we started today, and your two teams that make it in is your Michigan number 5 and Alabama 6, which has implications in the next game we're going to talk about in a minute. But I think the way I'm seeing is I don't see anybody else beating Georgia this year. No matter what team loses, I don't see anybody else beating them in the rest of their season.
Only team that I feel like can beat Tennessee is Ohio State. Ohio State actually has the best cornerback groups in college football. They 5 deep.
No, you putting something out there, man. We need. I know we think they always. Be
But I don't know if
setting
they.
stuff up anyway.
I don't know if they're gonna beat Michigan though. If Ohio State gonna beat Michigan,
Exactly, because Michigan could run the ball.
Michigan gonna run the ball, and Ohio State geared to stop the pass. So I don't know.
And we got a little taste of what it would look like last weekend when Ohio State played against Iowa, who's going to run the ball and play defense. Like, if you can run the ball and play defense, which Michigan for the last couple of years have been able to do, you're going to give yourself a good chance.
Yeah. They played Penn State recently too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what Penn State did. They ran the ball and played defense. Like, and if you can do those two things, you're going to give yourself the best chance against Ohio State.
And that's the thing, I think. That's how you're going to be successful against Tennessee. Georgia team in general has always known to be physical, and they produce great offensive linemen.
Yeah.
So they got two great tight ends. So if I'm Georgia on offense, I'm going to run the ball.
Control the clock.
After I run the ball, the next play, I'm going to go to the concession stands, okay? And I'm not going to snap the ball until it's 5 seconds on the game clock.
Hey.
Drain them.
Hey.
You have to because the way Tennessee offense set up, like Will always talk about this, they're going to score 28 points just the way it's structured. So if you can run the football, get first downs, and bleed the clock, you'll prime yourself in a great position to win the football game because Tennessee defense, yes, they are fast and physical, and they get after it, but they're light in the behind. So if you're physical with them, trust me, playing defense, you do not want to see that for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
So we making picks on this game now. Y'all want to make picks at the end?
We'll make it at the end.
All right, cool. What's the other game we're talking about?
Time
LSU,
spent
Alabama.
listening. Y'all got to keep listening to the end. Too,
Hey, LSU, Alabama. Now, this has implications for the playoffs, too, because right now, number 6, Alabama is right on the cusp of that. You know what I'm saying?
SEC East and SEC West.
It's crazy that LSU wasn't ranked 2 weeks ago. Was ranked 25
or 24
last week.
Yep.
You know, of course, they had a bye this past week, but they were number 18. I know they were getting ready for this Bama game. Then we go up to college football rankings, and they're number 10. The top 10. Now, y'all know how we feel about what's been going on. But we also said there's been 2 different teams we've been seeing.
Yep.
LSU is a brand new team. Who's calling the plays? Will, you saying that?
Cortez Hankton,
Yes, sir.
passing game coordinator,
Yes, sir.
wide receiver coach, St. Aug grad, Harrell Park from New Orleans. That's who's calling the police.
And change everything.
Changed everything in the last 3 games.
It almost looked like 2 different teams. I mean, it just looked like 2 different ball clubs.
It is. For me, I thought
We're talking about LSU. But
the best thing that happened to LSU was losing to Florida State, because sometimes when you win and win early in the year, you tend to overlook deficiencies that you have on a team, right? And
Call it self-scouting, right?
Yeah, and so look, you win football games, you may overlook, wait a minute, my right tackle is getting beat a lot.
right. What's really happening, right?
Yeah, you're gonna overlook that, and so you don't make the change by inserting Emmett Jones in at right tackle, or you don't make the change by moving Greg Brooks to safety and bringing Jay Ward down to nickel. You don't make those changes if you don't lose that first game, and so I think ever since then. You have seen some changes. I think Jaden Daniels has become a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident in who he is and his ability. Now they're having designed run plays for him, where now his first read early in the year wasn't just a takeoff and run, because he's already running. So he has the momentum, he has the juices flowing. So he's sitting back, he's reading, he's using his progressions. And let me tell you something: if he has time, Jaden Daniels can throw the football. He really can. I think people fail to realize he had a high completion percentage at Arizona State, and so I love the way I love for my quarterback to be calm and to have like that borderline arrogance in a sense, 100%. Where it doesn't rub you the wrong way, but to see him dance in the end zone when he scores a touchdown, I love all those things. Shout out to Kayshon Boutte. Look, everyone that said Kayshon Boutte was a bad locker room guy or he was a cancer, I hope that whole narrative has been smashed.
Wow.
Because Kayshon has done everything that the coaching staff has asked him to do. I noticed it at the beginning of the year, like he was still celebrating with his teammates. I think people think, because what happens is this, man. It happened to Grant Delpit, right? In the sense where when a kid has an outstanding year, like Grant Delpit had a outstanding sophomore year, like you can't top that. When his junior year rolls around and say, "Oh, what's wrong with Grant?" Do y'all realize, like, Grant, like, actually balled his junior year, but you expect so much and put so much pressure on these kids. Right. It does not work like that. And so people has all these high expectations with Kayshon, and people that don't know football.
Which is majority of them.
Right, and don't understand Brian Kelly's offense and Mike Denbrock's offense.
Right.
They never had a number 1 receiver that just caught gobs of balls and all these yards. So Kayshon's and everything he's supposed to do, like Brian Kelly said, when the scouts turn on the film, they're going to see he's wide open the majority of the time.
Yep. I think what Will was saying is, and it's kind of what you're saying about Jaden with his confidence. I think when you begin to tailor the scheme towards your talent.
Yeah.
Tailor your scheme. Have enough. Put your ego down.
Yes.
Have enough humility to tailor your scheme towards what your talent is. To notice your talent, and then tailor your scheme towards that. Then it begins to not only give your team success, but it builds confidence, success in those players that you need to be able to make those plays. We can say whatever we want to say about who's good on the team or whatever, but at the end of the day, when it's time to make the plays, you want your quarterback to be able to make the plays they got to make. And so I think that's a big deal.
I'm really interested in seeing, I know they've had the Mississippi State game in between, but, Doug can attest to this from playing for him. Like, that fire that Nick Saban has after a loss burns hot for more than 1 week, right? So I'm especially, this is going to be the first big time game after losing to Tennessee. Like, and then it's away. Mm-hmm. You going into Death Valley. Like it's gonna be hot in there. Like it's gonna be there's gonna be up. People gonna be then got sauced up.
They turned up right now.
Yeah, they turning up already. They're gonna be liquid couraged up. They're gonna be ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? The game at night, so they had all Friday night, all Saturday during the day to get revved up for the game. So it's gonna be heated in there. So I want to see how how they manage Bryce Young in that environment, right? Coming out of the last time he played, because I believe Tennessee was his first game back off the injury, right? So seeing how his last experience in that environment was a loss, how they manage him on the next away game in a very
Hostile.
very similar environment to Tennessee.
Right.
Like how they manage his early downs, his early play calling, and to try to get him in the rhythm, try to get him comfortable. Because again, much like Georgia, like we said, they don't have those same. You don't have your Heisman Trophy winner on the outside, right? Right. So you don't have Jalen Waddle. You don't have these cats like these type cats that are getting the amount of separation that you're used to seeing as an Alabama quarterback. Now that is a lot also has to do with LSU's defense. And can they play defense to the on that level to where they're making those windows real tight?
I got
you. You feel me?
Yep.
And past that, LSU's have great run defense. Alabama can run the ball. They coming. Gibbs a monster. Gibbs is another animal, dog.
Yeah.
Like I've seen fast kids on the football field. Like bro just brings it another
he's intentional
gear,
fast.
bro.
He's
right.
intentionally
exactly.
fast. Right. He's intentionally fast. I've never seen that before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Alabama's run game versus LSU's run defense is gonna be something I'm personally watching because and vice versa. Like if LSU can, I'm not saying because that's not been their game all year. Outside of Jalen Daniels, been their best running option, right? But can they get a running back to get 70 yards? Just solid, just be solid, right? Just be solid in the game and get some juices going with those young offensive linemen because Will Anderson gonna be on the other side.
That's it. He coming.
If you get in a position where you got to call 40 passing plays, Will Anderson might change your life.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm very interested to see can you lean on him and make him run defend early in the game and like have success running the ball early in the game.
So I know you're running on time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go straight to intangibles.
Go ahead.
So I think that's what's gonna decide this game tonight. So as we looking right now, the weather a little shaky. It rained all day yesterday.
Yep.
It's supposed to rain most of the day today, and it might clear up before game time tonight.
Right.
Field.
Yeah.
Has the field drained?
Yeah.
Is it sloppy and muddy? Is you losing footing? Is your cornerbacks have the right cleats on to play in the game? Intangibles. This is intangibles that I need the coaching staff on both sides.
They matter.
Yeah.
Right? Your strength and conditioning.
Everybody got to be on game.
Your strength and conditioning, your equipment staff. I need all the dry fit gear out.
Yeah.
I need to be changing clothes at halftime.
Tearaway jersey. I need them all.
I need everything. Right? So that's my number one intangible,
Yep.
the weather tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
The number two, I'm gonna speak on a player on both sides who can affect the game that nobody's really talking about. Number 40, Harold Perkins for LSU. Dallas Turner for Alabama. Those are my two intangible players on both teams. How do they cause havoc in the game on the opposing quarterback? Because both quarterbacks are the same type of player. They're not the same, but their stats are very same. Go check them out.
Right.
So that's my intangible with that.
Same type of player, right.
Same type of player. How does LSU, my last intangible is how does Brian Kelly handle a former championship coach coming back home? He never had to deal with that in his career.
Wow.
That's true.
Good point.
That's my last intangible to it. Because if Brian Kelly tried to outcoach Nick Saban, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Nick Saban is prepared for everything. He
Right.
has went against multiple other championship coaches, and he has breeded
Right.
other championship coaches. So that's my intangibles for the day.
I think if it's another big rock too, if it's close, Will Reshaw, the Alabama kicker. Mm-hmm. You had a rough one against Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
You played in the friendly confines of Crimson Tide Stadium weekend before the bye. Now you're going into another hostile environment. Are you going to be able to deliver if it's close? If it's close, are you going to have that lemon booty, right? and drive it wide right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think that's them 3 points. Like for some reason, I've never understood. Like Nick Saban cut his teeth being a special teams coach. He can't never find a kicker
because he don't waste scholarships on it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's bottom of the totem pole scholarships.
Yeah. That's true.
I think I'm gonna make a big statement. Then we're gonna make these picks, but I'm gonna make a big statement. I've been watching the Alabama games, and their secondary is not as strong as ever been before. And I think LSU receivers gonna have a big game. I think LSU receivers. I think all of them.
Elias Rick's back too, though.
I think them boys. He is.
Yeah,
Rick's back.
Yeah, Rick's back.
Well, all right, we're gonna see then. We're gonna see.
And he back in his old stomping grounds.
Yeah. So we're gonna see. Hey, Swag, give me some music real quick, because we're about to make these picks. Because I need this energy up for these picks. So the first game, Tennessee Georgia, is the afternoon game, the 2:30 game, right? Who y'all got? Where y'all want me to start at? I can start where y'all want me to start. Woo. Pull up music back a little bit, Swag, just a little bit.
Swag playing tonight.
Swag, let's get up there.
Swag.
Hey, where am I starting? Where y'all want to start at?
Yeah, we started the first one.
Go ahead. Where you going? I'm talking about.
Who's starting?
We'll go around like this.
I've never been. I'll give my reasoning first. I've never been a fan of. I'm going to play keep away. So if that's the game plan that I think we've all have a consensus that that's the game plan that Georgia's going to go in with.
Right.
I don't think you'll be able to withstand the onslaught, because what these cats have been doing with the second wide receiver, like High is not. People think High is their first wide receiver one. He's not. They got their wide receiver one back. Though.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yep.
And
he dominated too.
Yeah, he is. And then they got the slot squirrel in the squat.
Yeah.
The 5'9" cat.
And he the fourth because they got Brew McCoy at 3.
And that's what I'm saying.
He gonna be a first round pick.
So having to run with that, like you said, while Georgia might have the cornerbacks to keep up with the outside receivers, you got to have everybody else to keep up with the slots.
And we said talk about the quarterback like that. Quarterbacks was
here. Hooker. Yeah,
he gonna do what he do.
And he mobile.
He gonna do what he do.
And he can. That's what I'm saying. When you have something spread out that wide, right. So your linebacker's gonna have to go sideline to sideline, as well as covering curl and flat and covering the swing out the backfield.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of ground to cover, bro.
I can see your pick already.
Yeah.
Then.
So
I know your pick.
My pick is Rocky Top,
That's roll.
Tennessee.
That's roll.
Yep.
That's roll. So I'm up next, right?
Yep.
I go to Nashville every year. Shout out to my guy.
Real funny, man.
Shout out to my guy, Zach, man. I know you watching. He tweeted it all the time, man. He be texting me, man. I want to see what you said, man. Nashville behind you, man. Jacob Phillips from Nashville. That's his homeboy. Played at LSU. Shout out to all my people in Nashville, man. The Georgia Bulldogs are not gonna win this game, man. we rolling, man. Tennessee Volunteers. I've been on Coach Jice Harper for like 3 years now. My park ball team, all of them, we run his offense, and it's so good to see that he having success now.
Right.
He hasn't even got SEC players yet, man.
Wow.
I'm riding with Coach, man. I've been with him. I got his program. We teaching it to our other coaches that's coming up right now.
Wait till his freshmen come in.
Not just him. They got a 5-star wide receiver that's visiting. Like he about to roll that thing.
And
if
that's gonna be scary.
Even more.
He haven't even implemented the bubble screens yet. Wait till he start doing the bubble screens and the tunnel screens.
Sheesh.
That's gonna be scary, bro.
Sheesh.
Nashville, man. Y'all know I love y'all, man. I've been riding with y'all, man. Let's go,
Smokey.
man. Tennessee, let's roll. Knoxville.
What you got, Doug?
Man, I don't like pets.
They both dogs. They got two. Both of them got dogs.
Volunteer. I don't know what a volunteer is.
It's Smokey, though.
Smokey the
I
dog.
don't care. That's not the name of the team. They're not Tennessee Smokies. They're not Tennessee Greyhounds. Am I wrong? Or am I right?
You're right. They're volunteers.
You're right. They're the Volunteers, right?
You're right.
So I don't like pets. Okay.
Right.
Never did.
Never did.
All right. So.
Peter don't come after us.
Yeah, like no, I just don't like. No,
We talking about mascots.
I don't like pets. And, they want a pet in my house right now. I don't want a dog in my house.
No dog.
No, I don't want no dog in my house.
No kind of. You don't like bulldog? No bulldog.
I don't want no dogs in my house, man.
Are you speaking to someone?
But if I had to choose one dog,
Oh man.
it'll be a bulldog.
Oh man.
A bulldog that got drool coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
A bulldog to eat in the morning.
Preach.
A bulldog to eat for brunch.
Preach.
A bulldog to eat for lunch. A bulldog to eat for dinner. A bulldog to eat for snacks. A bulldog who get up in the middle of the night, get hungry, still eat. So you know who I ride with. I want my bulldog to be named Tank.
Okay.
All right. Better yet, named Cutthroat.
Cutthroat tank, I like that.
Or Uncle Jethro.
Let's go.
But this time, my bulldog gonna be named Georgia. Let's go, T.A.
Oh my goodness.
The algorithm
First off,
is going viral.
It's going viral. We're going viral with this one.
First off, I would like to apologize to my fellow student athletes. The Evergreen pod has me acting like this.
No, we don't.
So
No, we don't. No, we ain't got nothing to do with this.
You came in here turned up on a Saturday morning.
All him. This is all him.
Y'all see the energy level a little different
Oh,
today?
yeah, tight.
Turn up.
Well, my pick is gonna be simple. My pick is gonna be Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to see something different. Y'all got all the ins and outs and the X's and the O's, and I've been watching, but I just want to see something different. I just want to see something different going on. I watched them boys play. I like the way they play. I watched the game they beat Bama, and so I'm calling for Tennessee. I think they're gonna pull it off. I got it. All right, now, here we go. One more pick now. LSU Bama. LSU Bama. What y'all got? Where we starting at? I'm starting with you, Doug.
Going back the other way? Yeah.
No, let Doug go last, man. Doug got too much. Doug got
Let's
actual skin in the game.
Yeah.
He didn't actually play.
So go ahead now. We'll go with you again. Though. Go ahead.
All right. So we got Brian Kelly, first year. The Tigers.
Yep.
We got the GOAT, Nick Saban on the other sideline.
Yep.
We got, honestly, as far as just raw talent wise, pretty evenly matched teams.
Yeah. Right. This is true.
Which is not saying that they're both like the best teams in the nation, but they're evenly matched teams. They're both top 10 teams.
This is true.
Top 10 talent teams.
This is true.
As far as talent on the team.
So their ranking is probably pretty right. The ranking is pretty
As far
right.
as the talent on the team.
Talent-wise,
Yes, as far as talent on the team. So you got the home field advantage for the Tigers, right? And like Will said earlier, I think it's going to come down to a lot of the intangibles, right? Here's my thing about intangibles. If you have to depend too much on intangibles, you putting a lot more chance for something to fail, right? So I'm gonna go with the team that I have a lot less questions about, which is the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yep.
Just on the history of Bryce Young and the type of player I've seen him be in heat. He's just the coolest cat, bro. Like in the heat of the moment, he can break the pocket, get outside instead of looking to run. He'll like attack the line of scrimmage like he's gonna run, stop his feet, find somebody 25 yards down the field, and break your back on the third and four.
His poise is amazing.
Right? Yeah. So
mental toughness.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's gonna keep coming. Right? He's gonna keep coming. So I'm rolling with Alabama.
You got Alabama?
Yes, sir.
Who you got, Will?
Alabama got Nick Saban.
Yes, sir.
Alabama got the Heisman Trophy
Yes,
winner.
it does.
Alabama got Henry Toto on defense.
Yeah, he over there.
They got Will Anderson on defense.
Yeah, he over there too.
They got Dallas Turner on defense.
Yeah, he over there too.
The defensive coordinator from Ponchatoula, Louisiana.
That's where he from.
LSU gonna win the game. Let's go Tigers.
Let's go Tigers.
LSU gonna win the game. Brian Kelly gonna stand up like a man in Death Valley, handle business, and show Nick Saban is a new sheriff in town, and he bought that action, boss.
Boy, if Brian Kelly wins this game,
he's
going to be the sweetheart of Louisiana. Like he's gonna they'll close down all the questions about him for the rest of his tenure. I mean, I know LSU be questioned every year, but he's gonna solidify his spot. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna really accept him in. They're
gonna respect that $100 million.
They're gonna respect a little bit more. I'm gonna let you go last, Doug, because I know you're gonna get hyped. So I'm just gonna throw my pick out there right now. My pick is already, I gotta go LSU. LSU, go Tigers. LSU gonna pull it off. I really think, man, I don't know. I hadn't seen a breakout game from these receivers yet, and they got some receivers. LSU got some dogs out there. Shout out to Kyron Lacey. You know what I'm saying? And so, I know they got some dogs out there. I think they got a breakout game. I think they're going to break out and they're going to show out. Yeah. I think that's what it's going to be. So
let's go, man.
I'm picking the Tigers.
I know we have to be, real neutral on this podcast. Right? I guess,
because we worldwide.
We worldwide. Like, so we're not homers by any means. This is not an LSU podcast. This is everyone's podcast.
Everyone. For everything.
And usually with everything, we have to speak from our head and our thoughts and what we're going by.
Right.
Don't speak from the heart.
Yeah, right.
Can't speak from the heart.
Right.
Sometimes you speak from the heart, get you in trouble.
Get you in trouble sometimes. Right.
You gotta think with your mind. But in this instance, Trail, I gotta speak from my heart.
I already know. Go ahead.
I gotta speak from my heart. For LSU, you started off shaky against Florida State. New Orleans is a big game. Started off shaky. Wasn't looking too good. Everybody wanted to fire BK. He wanted to switch quarterbacks.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you found something, right? So now, like you became you're pretty good.
Pretty good,
right? You're not good, but you're pretty good.
Right.
And then you had a little hiccup against Tennessee. And then you went back to, man, here we go. We back here again, right? Then all of a sudden we get around to to go on the road to Florida. You're like, wait a minute, we were in the swamp, which is not the easy place to play.
No, not easy.
And dominated the game.
Yes.
Right?
The entire game.
And they have a good team, too.
They have a
really good team.
So now you back to pretty good. All right? Then Lane Kiffin rolled into town.
Number 7. They was number 7 in the nation.
in the country.
Yep.
They up 17-3. You beat them by 25.
45-20.
I mean,
45-20. You right? Yeah.
Oh, I get my math
right.
Yeah, 25. So right. So now.
Le quarter piece.
Le quarter piece.
So now you go from pretty good. So now you're good. All right. So we got somebody coming to town. About 5'1", losing his hair. He eat Debbie cakes for breakfast.
Oh man.
So he not really take care of himself like he should.
Oh man.
So all I'm saying is LSU.
Man, what is going on?
You went from pretty good to good in the span of 2 weeks. Do you want to be great?
Do you want to be great?
Do you want to have that great status? When's the last time we actually beat Alabama at home?
That's a good question.
It's been a minute.
When has the last time we beat Alabama at home?
It's been a minute.
We all love Joe Burrow.
Right.
Joe Burrow didn't score a touchdown.
Right.
At home.
At home.
Against Alabama.
Right.
So this is the time to leave your mark, leave your stamp.
Make your mark. That's it.
All these guys that transferred to LSU that's from Louisiana. Greg Brooks. All these guys that
Joe
came
Fouché.
in. Joe Fouché.
Kyron Lacey.
From Louisiana.
Bernard Converse.
This is what you wanted. Who I'm missing? From New Orleans. DB Richardson. Kobe Richardson.
Oh. Train with DTP, man. I see you, Robbie Green.
We can't miss him. The linebacker,
Kobe Fields from Rummel High School.
Hey, we're not gonna
South Carolina transfer.
If I'm missing anybody, I apologize.
Them boys deep.
Blame my head, not my heart.
Yeah, that's it. But look,
them boys deep, man.
If you're from Louisiana, you transferred in. And that's why you came here. That's why you came here for games like this. My advice is this. Don't get too hyped up. Don't get too emotional in a game like this. It's football. It's like riding a bike. All right? It's like riding a bike.
Like riding a bike.
All right?
Keep pedaling.
Go out there, play for each other. Serve each other on the field tonight. Don't try to do your thing. Be a servant. Serve the man next to you, dog.
Oh, come on, man.
Serve the man next to you, dog.
Let's go.
If you're supposed to be in the A gap, don't be in the B gap trying to make a play. If you're supposed to be in cover 2, don't think, okay, let me play cover 3. Do your job and do your assignment. And if you do that, I guarantee you'll walk away with a victory.
So that's your pick? Who's your pick? You ain't said your pick, man. That's great. That's great. They need to play that for them boys tonight.
Or just send a limo, pick Doug up, and let him do the pregame.
Man, y'all send a limo, pick Doug up, man. He at the crib right now, waiting on y'all to come get him, man.
Yeah.
No, don't come home.
Don't come to the house. These 11 o'clock games about to pip.
No, don't come out.
So that's your pick. That's your pick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Go, Tiger!
This man had turned into the greatest man from Tigerland.
That was a Michael Irvin level pregame speech.
Let's go, Harold Perkins.
Hey.
Let's go, 4-0.
He a one-man band.
Let's go,
One
BJ.
man. One man.
Let's go, BJ. Let's go, Michael Baskerville. Let's turn up, man. Let's go, Greg Penn. Let's go. You see, I'm talking to the backers right now.
Let's go.
Hey, downhill all day.
Downhill.
Down all day. If they pull a lineman, I don't care about no RPO. You come downhill, you let Greg Brooks take care of that slant route.
Let's go.
Come downhill.
Hey, they got Major Burns back too.
Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday.
I want to watch some games.
Listen.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Back with your boy, man. I got you.
Listen. This has been the Evergreen Saturday morning special.
Like, subscribe.
Y'all enjoy them games today. Like, subscribe, tell somebody, send it to somebody.
If you don't like that, you don't like sports.
Let's go.
Nah, the energy is high. Games are great today. Y'all enjoy tailgating, all that good stuff, and we'll see you there. All right.
That Valley tonight.
Evergreen.
Peace.